Wow, so Pouf really does want a bit of private time, quote unquote private time with the king, because throughout this whole episode he has this mastermind plan to just get rid of Komugi. For some reason, for me personally, I don't know why, it might be her face, her voice, or just what she stands for, but I just don't like Komugi. I don't know why. I just detest her. It's not like I hate her, she's not the worst of characters, I just don't like her. Simple as. So first off, in the beginning, Knuckle is putting 2 and 2 together, realizing that the only way the king can be coming back to the palace is if Nitoro was done for, if Nitoro got totally destroyed by the king and Nitoro is dead. And Knuckle immediately panics because he knows that without Nitoro there, who the fuck is going to take care of the king? Even he knows. He doesn't know what the hell is going to happen when the king arrives. He must think, the thing that's funny about this, he thinks that that fucking chameleon will give them any sort of a chance against the king. And we seen, I'm sure there is no doubters, but to the doubters out there that doubt that the king is like living up to the hype, you saw at the beginning when he went all out trying to the thing that's funny that, okay, from last week, I know we all made our jokes about that little kind of homo scene in the beginning, the first half, but we get to see this week that all the body fluid and life energy exchanged last week like made the king a whole different fucker that you don't want to fuck with. Simply put, he has gained the ability of UP that was shown this episode when he completely obliterated that piece of earth right down there with one attack, trying to take out Knuckles' bankruptcy thing that UP done told the king you can't take out unless you attack the original like enemy who placed that on you. And he said, let me test it. That wasn't a tester, that was just pure destruction. You saw that he has UP's power, which was taken by the liquid that he like sucked out of you. You know what, it's just weird for me, this whole liquid shit, this whole homo shit that happened last week is just too weird. But obviously we see that it wasn't just a bit of gay shit that was thrown there, it had a meaning. Now we've seen UP's power with the king, but we haven't seen a bit of Pouf's power with the king yet. Maybe we'll see that next week, we don't know, just gonna have to wait and see. Furthermore, with all of this liquid, all them switching fluids and all of that last week, the king has like, he already knows everything basically, which that's what I'm getting from this. He knows, like, they have the same mind now. He even said themselves, there's nothing you can hide from me. Like, you can see great character development with the king, because when he was asking UP how the hell the guy is still alive and all of that shit, and UP was like, oh, I left them, I made a deal with them, all of that shit. The old king, the first king that we saw, would have just slapped UP to death, would have just slapped him left and right, saying you're a weak piece of shit, you don't deserve to be by my side, you don't deserve to have the name Royal Guard, because he spared human life to the king. Well, to the king, when we first saw him, humans are just fucking food to him. They're nothing but like life force that is for him to have. He's basically the ruler of humans. Humans were shit to him, but now he just said, wow, all I wanted was the truth. Like, he has no reason to punish people who tell him the truth. That is great character development for the king right there. And he even said himself that you can't hide nothing from me, we are one. With all the fluid that was exchanged last week, like I said before, we are now one. So if we are now one, what I'm guessing is that the king knows Pouf's intentions. I think Pouf was even saying it, that he knows his intentions and how he's riddled with guilt and all of that shit. So why hasn't he done shit? Is it because he doesn't really remember Komugi? He doesn't, yeah, that's probably it. He doesn't remember Komugi. He probably has to see them. Like, he probably has to see her to remember all the shit that went on prior the Leto versus Miriam battle and all of that shit. That's probably why the king doesn't know what Pouf is thinking. Pouf is trying to use that to his advantage. People like Knuckle, all of them was playing into the arms of Pouf. Pouf was playing this out like a criminal mastermind. He knew that maybe like they knew that there was a traitor amongst the ants, so they thought that he was coming to take him out. So their main goal was to protect that chameleon mofo, because they actually thought that they will have a chance with that chameleon against the king, which is a long shot. That will never happen. That guy won't do shit. The king will fuck your shit up either way, to be honest with you. But only Killua, because Killua is a smart fucking kid. He knows shit. He knows never to rule out one or the other thing. But obviously Killua didn't know that Pouf was there to kill Komugi. He just thought he was there to capture her, bring her back to the king. That's why, like, he took her and put her out in the open to see what's gonna happen. It wasn't until Pouf actually attacked that he knew that something's a bit off. He wasn't attacking me, he was aiming for the girl. So he knew, like, he knew what he had to do. He had to protect Komugi, but he was still playing into the hands of Pouf, because Pouf knew that he couldn't attack him. He knew how fast he was, especially with him being a clone. He said even at full power it would be hard to catch him. So he turned into little things and made Killua run further away from the castle in attempts to get Komugi as far away as possible from the king. And it worked until Killua was like, fuck this, you're getting me mad. If you come near me, boy, it's over, your life is done, finito. And then, but at the end of the day, Pouf's plan is working. And then like when the king actually got there, he said like the bright light. Komugi is basically the light to the king's darkness, because the light kept popping up. He's thinking, oh, something is missing and all of that. And then Pouf suddenly realized that the game, I forgot the name of the game. I don't know how I did, but to be honest, I don't give a shit. You guys know the name of the game. I don't need to repeat it. It's not that deep. The game, chessboard, the pieces are still in the palace on the table. So if the king was to see that, anything that reminds him of Komugi will just trigger that past life that he was with, and he'll be back to normal, maybe good and bad. But right now he doesn't seem all that bad. He doesn't seem all that, like, seriously. I've seen great character development in the king, and overall this was an enjoyable episode. There's that ending though with Pito and Gon's just looking like a badass as usual. He just looks like he wants to fuck shit up. I can't wait for the next week's episode. I'll give this episode 8 out of 10. It was great for me, I'm not gonna lie. I love Hunter x Hunter. It's one of the best animes I've ever seen. So yeah, smash a like, give a thumbs up, and I'm out.